Okay, here we are back again with more Dragon Age Inquisition. And oh my gosh. We're about to start Trespasser, which is the final DLC for Inquisition and thus the final currently released bit of Dragon Age that exists right now. And so this will be our last adventure with our Inquisitor and our last adventure in Thedas on this YouTube channel until the next Dragon Age is released, whenever that will be, which will probably be a couple of years yet, I imagine. I imagine we'll probably be waiting at least a year and a half. If not longer, for that game. We know it's coming, but I can't imagine it'll take less than a year and a half before it actually comes out. So this will be our last adventure for a while in Thedas, at least on this channel. I might do some more live streaming of Dragon Age Inquisition playthroughs of various kinds. I did one the other day where I started a new playthrough as a Dalish Inquisitor, with the intention of romancing Solus, which is something that I have not actually done in this game before, despite the fact that this game's been out for like 4.5 years now. And I might do some more of that on live stream as time permits. We shall see. But anyway, so I spent a lot of time off screen. I cleaned up everything that was left in the Deep Roads to do. So I found the rest of the gears, and I found the rest of the dwarven mugs, and I opened the last couple of doors that I hadn't opened yet. There wasn't really anything interesting, so I didn't record it. It was just cleanup work, basically. And then I did a lot of inventory management and crafting, and I also spent most of my money that I had built up, because I built up like something like 200,000 gold or something. So like I basically I just went to the Black Emporium and I bought like all the schematics that I could afford, pretty much, and did some crafting. And I did finally sync up with the Golden Nug, just to make sure that whatever I found in this playthrough will carry over into my other playthroughs, so that I can use those things in those playthroughs. Because I figure it's close enough to Trespasser. I can use the Golden Nug in Trespasser as well, but I wanted to just get it done so I don't forget, because once I get into Trespasser, I'm going to be pretty much doing a straight shot through Trespasser to the end. So, yeah, so my inventory is pretty empty now. I spent a lot of my money because, I mean, you can't take it with you, so... There's no point hoarding it at this point in the game when, there's literally no point in hoarding it, so. And there's no point in hoarding stuff either, so I just cleared everything out. I even emptied out, because I had a few things in my storage chest, and I emptied all of that out, because again, it's not going to carry over to the next game, so why would I need it? If I'm not going to use it in Trespasser, then why would I need it? And so I got my party ready, because I'm going to take pretty much one party through all of Trespasser. So, and I know who it is that I'm going to take. So I got them as prepared as I think they're going to get at the moment. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all we've got. Because once we start Trespasser, we won't be able to come back to Skyhold, and we won't be able to access the rest of the map again. So this is it. Trespasser is a very final end. I don't know that I need to repeat myself too much. If you watched I did a blind Let's Play of just Trespasser when it first came out a few years ago. So this would have been like fall of 2015 is when it was released, I think. It was about a year or so after the main game came out. It was when Trespasser was released. And I did a blind Let's Play of it at that time with a different Inquisitor. So there's going to be some... So yes, I'm doing it again, because I want to be completionist with this playthrough of the whole Dragon Age series and have everything carry through properly. And also, there's going to be some differences in what I get, because there's some differences between this Inquisitor and that Inquisitor. And hopefully it'll be a little bit better of playthrough, it'll be a little bit cleaner, more interesting, and I'll get more dialogue options and stuff, because as I recall, that Inquisitor that I took through Trespasser a few years ago was not a very completionist playthrough. I hadn't taken a lot of the perks that you need to get extra dialogue options and things like that, and I wasn't necessarily friends with everybody, or didn't have super high... I didn't have necessarily super high relationships with some of the characters, so there's going to be some changes there. So yeah, but I guess if you haven't seen that, if you haven't watched that Let's Play and you haven't played Trespasser yourself, it's important to note that when we get into Trespasser, we won't be coming back to Skyhold. We won't be going to any other parts of the map. It's the finale. It's basically a playable epilogue kind of thing. And it involves a time skip. So I think I have like one thing active here. Oh yeah, just some money. I just wanted to grab some more money. So that's about it. I did a couple of... I wrapped up a few final war table missions, one involving Inquisitor Ameridan and his descendants. But yeah, otherwise, I think it's about time that we attend the Exalted Council. So yes, we see a big warning here. Beginning the Exalted Council will lock off all other areas and plots and jump to 944 Dragon, 2 years after the death of Corypheus. So we're dealing with a time skip here. There is no going back from this point. So, I've done everything. So yeah, it's 2 years in the future. With Corypheus dead, and the threat of Fade Rifts and demons waning, both Orlais and Ferelden have begun to raise questions about the future of the Inquisition. Divine Victoria has promised to shield the Inquisition from political matters for as long as possible. Eventually, she plans to call the Exalted Council, a chance to determine the role and possibly the fate of the Inquisition. So yeah, it's time. I think we'll say it's been 2 years, and Liliana, aka Divine Victoria, has finally said, we can't do this anymore. We gotta call the Exalted Council and figure this out. So I think we're gonna go ahead and do it. So we're going back to the Winter Palace at Halamshiral. We're ready to depart, so I think we're gonna go ahead and do it. So yeah, here we go. Our final adventure with the Inquisitor. But yeah, if you're interested in maybe seeing me stream some more Inquisition playthroughs or more of my Soulless Mance playthrough, you can always follow me on Twitch. I'm just Froda B over there. No spaces, no caps, no whatever, just Froda B. And you can follow me there and, or whatever, subscribe or whatever they call it to get a notification whenever I go live. Otherwise, yeah, let's dive into Trespasser. I love this part of the game. Like, Trespasser is so good.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
That is a problem. Don't worry about it, Cullen. Nadia would never let anybody steal you away from her. That looks...
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Emprise du Lion, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Thanks to you, no doubt.
Corypheus left a great deal of damage for us to repair. I appreciate your efforts.
And I yours, your worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
So, you can call her Liliana.
You can probably just call her Liliana in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor. I prefer to use her divine name. Our last divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
So how do you think she's done?
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Right.
Victoria has proven adept at winning allies with both her intelligence and her faith. It is a blessing in these trying times. We are lucky to have her.
Well, it's good that you like her. Anyway, I think I'll go find her.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, your worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Olay. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
Tevinter ambassador?
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
Yes, your worship. Dorian Pavas has taken the chance to return from Tevinter.
Oh.
It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, your worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Most likely. So, which old friends showed up?
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras, for one. I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. Enjoy time with them while you can, your worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council, Ferelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
Yeah, I mean, based on their conversations from way early in the game, it seems obvious that Mother Giselle would prefer that the Inquisition be disbanded. And I think at least at this point in time, 2 years later, with the world sort of finding some kind of stability, I feel like Nadia probably feels the same. So yeah, probably she would, at least right now, from where she sits, disbandment, it seems like, is probably a good choice. Not necessarily giving in to Ferelden, but just saying, you know what, it's time. The Inquisition was never meant to be a permanent thing. We fulfilled our purpose. We're done.
You once told me about the first Inquisition that took place 800 years ago. You said that when their battle was over, that Inquisition soldiers sheathed their swords and went home. If our battle is truly over, perhaps it's time for us to do the same.
Thank you. Maker watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
Yeah. You can definitely make an argument that the Inquisition might still be needed, but you know, it's one of those things. So yeah, we definitely have we get a lot of people to talk to. I like that it's like optional, catch up with old friends, as if anybody is going to treat that as optional, right? Catching up with old friends, optional. Are you kidding me? Nobody's going to consider that optional. But it's been a while since we've been here.
I'm surprised Lord Cyril is on the Exalted Council. He's so sentimental about the Inquisition. The Council of Heralds choose him as their representative. Whatever his position, it has their will behind it.
Fair enough. Can I go in here? Oh, I can. Is there anything worth grabbing in here? Oh. Huh. The first Grand Enchanter. Grand Enchanter Lothair Hardouin was the first leader of the Circle of Magi when it was founded in 120 Divine. After Hardouin distinguished himself in battle during the Second Blight, Emperor Draken himself endorsed him for the position. From all accounts, the Grand Enchanter performed admirably, but some speculate Hardouin was a second choice, that Draken had another mage with connections to Inquisitor Ameridan in mind for the job, possibly Ameridan himself, given that we know he was a mage. Tellingly, these debates are based on a half-finished letter to an army captain and the guest list of a party where Ameridan and the Emperor were in attendance. If any proof ever existed, it is likely dust. The idea's merits should be treated as such for scholarship's sake. Yeah, I mean, given that we...
Something here. Better take a closer look.
Oh yeah, I remember these. Doggy treats. But yeah, I mean, given that we know Ameridan was himself a mage, it's possible that Draken wanted Ameridan to be the first Grand Enchanter. You know, obviously that was not to be because Ameridan died, before the circles were formed. So, anyway, I think we should definitely talk to some people. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with Varric, because he is right here. So I think I might go once around the courtyard.
Is there something you need?
It's just good sense. What for elders would try their roots?
Isn't that red bearded one where the Sim got to Celine's coronation all those years ago?
He did.
Please, move along.
Of course.
Some bad poetry.
Is there something you
A
need?
gold cravat.
You heard? Maybe.
I don't think they knew. I can't believe it.
Okay. Let's talk to Varric.
The Prince of Starkhaven wrote to you again.
Of course he did. Just put that one in the pile with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Is Aveline
Inquisitor,
giving him crap again?
Andraste's ass, am I ever glad to see you?
What did you do now?
Are you in some kind of trouble? What's happened this time?
So suspicious. I'll have you know I've never been convicted of anything. Officially. This is Bran Caven. Until recently, he was the Viscount
Provisional Viscount.
of Kirkwall.
Until recently?
And what are you doing now?
I have resumed my post as Seneschal now that Master Tethras has been elected Viscount.
You're the Viscount of Kirkwall
No
now.
shit.
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
So, it turns out you fund enough reconstruction efforts in a city-state, the nobles give you the worst job they can think of.
I think you'll be great.
That's fantastic. You'll make an excellent Viscount.
I think the nobility figured, after Dumar and Perrin, what's the worst that could happen if we put the dwarf in charge? They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again.
Yeah.
They want shit fixed, and I can do that. Anyway, I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got underway. I got you a sort of present. It's official recognition of your title and holdings in Kirkwall. Congratulations. You're a comtesse now.
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it. You should stop by Hightown sometime to see your estate. It's pretty nice. For Kirkwall, anyway.
Proper disposition of empty estates is supposed to...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
Why does this make me nervous?
What are you up to? I feel like I should be suspicious.
Look, it's really not that big a deal. Oh, that reminds me. It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council and a special ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
What?
Really? That is so much better than I thought.
Can I try it?
This operates those giant chains. Can I try it?
No.
I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in Kirkwall if you want it.
Thanks.
Also, control of the harbor, I guess. Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats. And we'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go back, though, right?
I
Definitely.
wouldn't miss it.
Don't bet any public buildings this time.
I'm so glad. Like, I'm so glad that Varric is the Viscount of Kirkwall. Nobody deserves it more than him. And by that I mean he's gonna absolutely hate it. But I mean, you know. But yeah, no, he is the Viscount of Kirkwall, and in fact, some of the recent comics have had him as sort of a guest star as the Viscount of Kirkwall. The Knight Errant comics and most recently the Deception comics have involved. Varric is still essentially he's still essentially an agent of the Inquisition. He's just in the Free Marches now doing Inquisition-y things while also running Kirkwall. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's go this way. We definitely have some stuff. Now I have to grab this. No, that's not what I needed. For God's sake. There we go. That's a tricky one. That is a tricky one. But yeah, there's a lot, you can buy a lot of crafting materials here. Including dragon bone. What else? I think you can also... The clasping maw. Wow. That's creepy. What does this description say? It says, whatever made this weapon, its flesh appears to be alive. It could be an abomination's blood magic, a spirit twisted into physical form, or some other affront to the maker. It unleashes, I don't know what to call it, an energy that tangles foes together. The power thrills right up your arm. I'd cast it back into that cave I found it in if the thing weren't so useful. Final entry in an anonymous journal. On hit, chance to bind enemy with evil eye. Ooh, my. That looks creepy. Looks creepy as shit. Okay. No, I don't need that. I don't know where. It's gonna be the last place I look, I'm sure. So this. I know. I'm pretty sure there's a place where you can buy, rune crafting materials. Yeah, here we go. I just needed to buy a few of those. Wager notes. Notes carried back and forth by runners, covered in different handwriting. What do you say, gentlemen? 3 days before the Inquisition sees sense and aligns itself with Orlais, properly this time? Nonsense, Marcel. Ferelden is here for blood. A day before they either demanded outright or threaten war on us if they don't get it. The Divine will intercede. She must. Victoria and the Inquisition are too closely connected in everyone's eyes for her not to interfere. You have great confidence in the Chantry, Elaine. 1,000 royals worth of confidence from each of you if the Divine settles the fate of the Inquisition. Done. 1,000 from each of you once the Inquisition exceeds sovereignty to Orlais and the Council of Heralds. You two will beggar me. Leonard, are you out? Don't be ridiculous. 1,000 royals on the Fereldans getting their way after all. Interesting. Let's talk to Blackwall. Also, read about Blackwall. Blackwall and the last few years. An excerpt of a report bearing the seal of the Grey Wardens found among Inquisition files. Tom Rainier. Participated in Grand Tourney. Former captain of Orlesian army. Known for murder, treason. Also known for impersonating a Grey Warden. Warden Constable Blackwall Valchevin. Member of Inquisition. Played role in the defeat of Corypheus. Status, recruited, joining, survived. Assignment, Free Marches, Vimark Mountains, reporting to Warden Studenmeyer in ongoing investigation of Vimark Prison. So he's essentially investigating the place where Corypheus came from, where Hawk went and accidentally released Corypheus in the first place. That's interesting. Probably doesn't mean much of anything, though, because it's very possible for Blackwall to either not be recruited at all or to be dead, so... probably doesn't mean much, but still interesting.
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
I would've let you know.
I gave you my word we would talk, and I never break my word.
Easy there. I was just teasing. So tell me everything that happened while I was away. And Geralf strolls up, hands filled with ripe squashes, and says, "Sir, I must report that it was an utter boondoggle." Maybe you had to be there.
I'm not sure being there would have helped. And please, never do that voice again.
Anyway, it's nice to be back. Though I'm not sure what to think of this council.
Oh, yeah.
The Wardens will be missing me, but they aren't going to keep me away from a friend who might need my sword arm.
Not much of a sword arm.
If that's your sword arm, I think I'm better off without it.
Think you can do better?
We'll see.
Inquisitor.
Hard in Hightown, Chapter 12. Alright then.
A hero, a leader, Inquisitor fought for our souls. A battle, a breach, the one we beseech to protect our lives and our homes. Now, how do we follow? The battle is all but won. Peace can't last forever. Guard us from what's to come.
There's some nice new songs in this DLC, which is I love it. Okay, let's talk to Cole.
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
No, I
Did you
don't.
know that a merchant in the courtyard is selling gemstones the same color as your eyes?
What an odd thing to say. I must see this for myself.
Very nice.
You're useful to have around, Cole.
I still don't understand Orlesians and their masks, but it makes him happy.
That's what
And
matters.
I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs.
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Of course. Never change, Cole. Never change.
Oh, Cole, good day. I didn't see you there.
But I saw you, as lovely as your songs.
Aw, that's cute. That's cute.
I'm pleased for both of you.
The world has ample pain, Inquisitor. The kindness found in Cole is rare indeed.
Her songs bring happiness to those who hear, and I can make her happy in return.
Well then, carry on.
That's very sweet. Good.
Scout lays Harding, swift and cunning, her arrows cut you down to size. Scout lays Harding, taught about hunting, laughs a light will flee your eyes. Born of the ground, loyal and sound, Inquisition bound.
I'm really glad that that Scout Harding got her own song. The Gilded Horn's drink menu, the Golden Nug, an effervescent white Selene wine with a dash of West Hill brandy and a splash of pomegranate juice, muddled with raspberries and a sprig of royal elf fruit. Sounds good. The Hissing Drake, a bold mix of cinnamon-infused whiskey, dark Lamarin rum, and Hurl's Lava Burst, not for the faint of stomach or heart. That sounds good, too. Benediction, Prophet's Laurel Gin, served with a wedge of lime and a thimble of golden scythe. The Emerald Valley, made with a spirit distilled by Chantry sisters in Leeds from over 70 herbs and flowers, topped by egg white foam dusted with nutmeg. A Night of Shame, our sweetest Antivan port with a dash of chocolate, bitters, and a twist of orange, served in a flute of chilled Syrah glass. The Randy Dowager, rumored to have been concocted by the editor of Orlay's most scandalous periodical herself, a tall glass of abyssal peach liquor and fresh cream, garnished with sugared rose petals, and served on a silk handkerchief with a scandalous rhyming couplet inked on it by the bartender. That's good. Let's look at Sarah's list. Sarah's past and now things. Lost another book. Stop leaving them places. Below are journal entries by Sarah, also several sketches of Skyhold with impeccable cross-hatching. Moving again, less stuff, more things, people things. Too many Val-some things, name less stupid Orlais. Last Jenny checked in, wasn't worried. A drawing of a gloved fist holding an odd symbol smashing against the face of a chevalier. The symbol is red and smells of strawberry. Traveling again, and again. Been here before. We're everywhere. Back to the Winter Palace? Never good. Pack bees. Bet Varric we're in trouble. Scratched out. Varric won't take a sucker bet. In for 10 with Cullen. Oh dear. Poor Cullen, you're gonna lose some money there. Everyone looks old and tired and fat. Find who shrunk my skyhold clothes, scratched out. Piss. Don't say the Inquisitor's hand looks bad. Yeah, the hand looks kind of bad, guys. The hand looks, it looks very bad. I have to agree with Sarah. It's like that one glimpse we got of it in the beginning there when she's sort of looking at her hand is like, oh my gosh, when did that get so big? Is Whittle even here? Why do I go where there's no Whittle? A drawing of Sarah and Dagna silhouetted by an explosion, bees, and exploding bees. I love that she calls her Whittle. I love Sarah and Dagna. They're so cute. Like, that's such a cute idea. I'm really glad they did that. Chargers in the palace. No one will be sleeping. Rainier hugs harder than Blackwall, still beardy. Josie is best here. Cassandra needs to punch something or she'll explode. Everyone? They never call in everyone. Liliana knows something. Knew it. Inquisition is in trouble. Yeah, Sarah's got a pretty good nose for this stuff. So how's Whittle doing, Sarah?
Here's you! And everyone!
Indeed.
Glad to be back, all stuffed together. With the pressure full on. Again.
Yeah, everybody's watching us.
Don't worry, herald of everywhere. I came prepared. I know what everyone needs.
Oh, yeah? Pranks? I'm thinking pranks. Let's do it.
Just like best times.
Oh, yeah. We gotta do this. Oh, yeah. That's the way to do it. Make her bless you, Sarah.
I expected a roof.
It's early.
It's
anyway,
true.
That was a good run. It's all been a good run. I needed that. And I need... You know it's ending, right? We can say it won't, but knobs in places like this, all they do is end things. They'll try a leash. Or worse.
They will.
But maybe you aren't ready to quit just because some Lord Piddlebits is scared of us.
I mean, officially... But, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm ready to stop helping people in an unofficial capacity. So, yeah.
Do I seem like I'm ready to retire?
I'm tired. I've never done anything for years. Point is, sooner, all this changes. And you've helped me understand. Too much.
True.
So it's my turn to help you. See, I have these friends, and all of them were the wrong sort of whatever. Their place changed, or it never was. So together, we made an us. Everyone needs an us. And when the world is done saying no and calls you the wrong sort of whatever, maybe we can be that us for you. What do you think, Inquisitor? Want to run some rooftops as a Jenny?
Really? You want the Inquisitor and the Herald of Andraste to join your Red Jennies?
You want the Inquisitor? Don't I have a few more titles than your usual Jenny?
Also, I'm a
No
Comtesse
offense.
now, apparently.
Some taken.
Fair.
Words. Look, we don't want you. We want to be there for you. If you want to keep doing, it won't be nobles who help. It'll be friends.
Yes, I'm frigging in.
Well, all I have to say is... Call me Red Frigging Jenny.
Way too confusing. You'll get a city. One that rhymes with arse.
Oh! I should have said we needed a we instead of an us, because... Wait! Anus!
Oh no.
So stupid.
Sarah.
To all my friends.
God bless you.
Always and ever, Inquisitor. Always and ever.
Sarah was never in the group.
Creepy song is creepy.
Love you, Sarah. You're so great.
Go figure out what end this bunch want, and then we can get to fun with friends and friends.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, there will definitely be some fun to be had with friends. Oh, that was helpful. Okay. I guess let's do Iron Bowl. Hi,
Your
Crumb.
Worship, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I need you to keep the chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
This should be good.
I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes.
Whatever happens.
For his birthday.
Ah.
I'll see what I can do, Krem.
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
All right.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
Yeah, good. Let's see. I sure like night enchanting, yeah.
Most mages hate the thick of battle, but I can't imagine hanging back. It's nice to get your hands dirty.
That's why I like you, boss. You swing a sword. It's a weird sword made out of magic, but still.
It's true. Let's see here. The council might affect the lyrium trade.
Do you think news of the Exalted Council could affect the lyrium shipments from Orzammar?
Maybe.
Isn't Orlesian history grand?
It's fascinating to see the remnants of Syrian culture here. Most of it was deliberately erased during Orlesian unification under the reign of Mafrath's son Isarath.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh, now you're in trouble. I just love Ferelden politics.
Did you know that Ferelden has its own names for lords? The country is divided into Tairnirs, governed by Tairns. Inside those are cities and Arlings ruled by Arls, and then there's the Banorn. It's a large area of countryside ruled by multiple bands.
Good to know.
Gosh, you guys, how long is this gonna take? I haven't seen a rift in ages.
It's good to see that the Veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the Veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration that repels the Fade.
Surprise! Happy birthday, Chief!
Oh, you guys. You got me.
Yeah, he knew the whole time. But it's fine. It's fine. You knew the whole time, didn't you, Bull?
Hey, boss.
He knew the whole time. But it was a good try. Like, you can't fault him. More hard in Hightown. Alright. Here's Charter. Cullen in the last few years. Cullen. Word has spread from Denerim about the summit that the Inquisition will attend. The news is half rumors, but with the representatives they say are going, it's clearly serious, and the details are probably not something you can put down in a letter. I will, however, look forward to more glowing descriptions about how much you love Orlesian parties. I'm sure you and Nadia will find enough danger away from the summit. You always do. Is it worth warning either of you to be careful? Branson's here. His son insists I add "Hello, Cull" to this letter. He also insists it be "Hello" and not "Hello." Your nephew is stubborn. How very familiar. Love, Mia. That's cute. It's really cute. Cassandra in the last few years. Inquisitor. I am writing to you from the Hunterhorn Mountains, where I was successful in tracking down Seeker Emery. She was more shocked than most to hear of Lord Seeker Lucius's betrayal, as he was her mentor when she was just an initiate. But she is eager to help rebuild, and she's heard of a few other Seekers who might have been sent to Ravain. I still do not know how many of us yet remain, how many Lucius killed, but I know that we are recovering, and I know that we will be better this time. I confess, I look forward to returning to Orlais next month. Once I would have thought that impossible. Orlais was little more than the land of frustrating politics, excessive ornamentation, and responsibilities I did not want. But now that friends wait for me there, it is almost a home. Aw, I love you, Cassandra. I'm so glad you're my friend. Vivienne in the last few years. Inquisitor. I fear I shall have no opportunity to meet with you prior to the Exalted Council at Halamshiral. The colleges and fraternities of enchanters are holding yet another round of elections in a few months, and I must be present to organize everything, or the Equitarians and the Lucrosians will inevitably get drawn into the most passive-aggressive arguments over the number of ballot boxes and the arrangements of voting cards you can possibly imagine. On the last two occasions, when I could not be spared from my duties at the Imperial Court, the isolationists sealed themselves inside the debating area with ice walls in protest over some insult from a libertarian senior enchanter from Cumberland. I must, of course, convey the continuing approbation of the Orlesian Court, though I have no doubt dear Duke Cyril has already bored you to death with the Council of Heralds' compliments by now. Cordially, Vivienne. She's got it rough. Varric and the last few years. Inquisitor, greetings and salutations from beautiful Kirkwall. The sun is shining, the seabirds are screeching, and almost nothing in Hightown has fallen into a sinkhole and ended up in the sewers in over a month. That's good to know, especially since I have a house there now. The Red Lyrium cleanup in the Gallows is going better than expected. Nobody misses having Meredith fused to the flagstones, eerily glaring at everyone. The city guard celebrated finally getting her out of there by holding a completely impromptu parade. Several Lowtown residents composed a song on the spot with lyrics to the effect of, "Thank the Maker the crazy cursed Templar is gone," which was remarkably catchy, despite, or maybe because of, the fact that it was mostly just swearing in tune. Even with all this stellar progress, it looks like I'm stuck here. Channels in the harbor were completely changed by falling debris a few years back, which led to a lot of ships getting wrecked coming and going, which only made things worse. And then we had rifts open, and weird glowing fade rocks appeared out there. Incidentally, thanks for closing the rifts. Now the only hope for repairing the harbor is to send guys with pickaxes to clear the rocks. Ever try to hire miners who are also divers, Inquisitor? There aren't many, and even fewer are happy mining glowing shit from the Fade. This is going to take a lot of my coin to fix. Stop by the city sometime. We'll get in a game of Wicked Grace. Please, this Viscount shit is boring me to death. Poor Varric. But he's doing good work. He's doing some good work. All right, I've already gone long enough. I should probably stop here. We'll pick it up next time and talk to more people. As always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Later.